Hi, my name's Elaine. I'm one of the vets in Park Bench. I'm joined by my colleague who you may know. This is Martin, and he's one of my colleagues in Park Bench as well. And Martin's kindly brought along his own dog today, Oz, so that we can demonstrate and show you and give you advice on how best to clean your dog's teeth. Now, many of you will already have your dog on a diet that's beneficial to keeping the teeth clean, but sometimes a bit extra is needed. And that's where we would use products to help keep the teeth clean. Now, it is important to start dogs off from an early age and getting them used to having your hands and fingers in and around their mouth. Initially, what we want to do is try and put the dog at ease, and we do this just by stroking them, trying to get them to relax. Oz at the moment is up on a table for us, but some dogs will feel more comfortable being in the floor. Now, initially, when you try and clean your dog's teeth, I wouldn't advise that you go straight in with a toothbrush. To start with, is just get them used to having your hands in and around their face and in and around their mouth. So just stroking over the muzzle, stroking back towards the eyes and towards the jaw, just getting them used to having my hands around the area of interest. From that point on, what we're going to do is just get him now used to having fingers inside his mouth. So I'm just going to put my hand between his gum and his teeth. And you can see he's quite happy to let me run my fingers round the gum line. I'll just change hands to do the right side. There we go. And that's me just running my fingers between the margin of the gum and the tooth itself. And that just allows Oz to get used to the feeling of having something in his mouth that shouldn't normally be there, and allows me to go back. And not only do those fingers allow me to see and get him used to anything abnormal in the mouth at all, but it allows me to check his gums, and again, as we've discussed previously, look for any abnormalities with the teeth. So after your dog is used to having fingers in and around the teeth and around the gums, the next stage is to progress onto using a tool to help clean the teeth. Now, this can either be a long toothbrush or what we would call a finger toothbrush. And we have both here. When you start this, I wouldn't use any product on the toothbrushes themselves. The next stage I would progress to is using a finger toothbrush. This is just simply a wee brush that's put in the end of your finger, and you can see the bristles there are nice and soft. And again, after just getting them used to having your hands and your fingers round there, you want to take the brush and go along the margin between the gum and the tooth itself. We're just moving, gently putting a small amount of pressure, not too much is needed. Moving round to the front and moving round down to the other side. Now, when the dogs are comfortable with this, you can either stick with your finger toothbrush or you can decide to go on to a longer toothbrush. And we've got a longer brush here, and again, that's just done in the same way. It's introducing the dogs to the toothbrush. You can see here that Oz is very happy to have that toothbrush in and around his mouth. And it's just progressing on to using this if you find it easier. Once the dogs are completely comfortable with the brushes in and around their mouth, we can then use a product to help aid in keeping the tartar and the bacteria away from the gum line. And there are many products available. These products can be purchased from your veterinary practice or from a pet shop in your area. Many of them are flavoured. You and I wouldn't want to use them. Liver flavoured toothpaste wouldn't be very nice for us, but the dogs find them very palatable. So again, you want to follow the instructions on the toothpaste. It's a pea-sized amount that most will recommend that you use, and you're just going to use that product on the toothbrush, and in the same way that we would clean our teeth, work your way around your dog's teeth to make sure you cover all the areas. Obviously, in a dog's mouth, we don't worry too much about trying to get to the inside of the teeth, unless your dog is very obliging. And the one thing that we don't do is rinse that toothpaste back out the mouth at all. If you're looking for any further help or advice in brushing your dog's teeth, or in any gum disease problems, if you log on to Park Bench, we'll be able to give you some further information there.